What's up? Some observations to share about where we're at, why we're here, and some red flags that should alarm people, that should stir people up and get them to start putting things together, putting more pieces of the puzzle. Right now, we're not in a good situation. We have arrived here because people have just been caught up in going with the flow. The standard that has been created has domesticated so many people. People are like the dodo birds. There's no recognition of predation. There's no recognition of threats when it comes to conquest. You look throughout human history, and there's been, nation states that have risen up and achieved great prowess, and they've conquered other nation states. And for multiple generations in the United States, we haven't really focused on being prepared to defend our nation from outside threats. We kind of have, but it's been a superficial preparation. It's been, we got our guns, we're America. I'm going to suck down this Mountain Dew, and I'm going to chew on this chew, and I'm going to eat this McDonald's, and I'm just going to, you ain't going to mess with me, you ain't going to take my freedom. Ain't no way. Or it's been, man, it's America. Ain't nobody going to be able to take America. It ain't perfect, but it's better than anywhere else, and we're just going to keep on keeping on and rocking and rolling, and I'm going to live my life. There ain't nothing I can do about it anyway. And you see the impact of the propaganda coming out of World War II, American pride, and pride comes before the fall. And if you're a real prideful person, it's really hard for you to admit that you've been duped. It's really hard to admit that things aren't as they seem and that you've bought a lie. I mean, who wants to admit that they have invested so many years and so much time into something that isn't sustainable? Who wants to admit that they've made major missteps and major mistakes? And people don't want to do that. People would rather bury their head in the sands and hope that La La Land is real and that the truth is not true, so that they can go about living their lives in the bliss of ignorance. You can only go along to get along for so long before you wind up off course, and you have yourself into a disadvantageous situation. And that is where we are now. People have been programmed. The mother was removed from the home to be able to go out and get a job so people could have more of the things that they wanted. They've got both parents caught on the hamster wheel, working the grind, putting the fuel in their body that's not good for them, so that their energy levels are low. They're not willing to do the things that keep them sharp physically or mentally, spiritually. People just want to go and do their grind and get it over with, and come home and eat a big meal and sit on the couch and Netflix and chill or watch network programming. People just don't understand the levels of corruption. People don't understand how a small group of dominant people could gain control over so many aspects of our life, that they have consolidated resources, assets, and capital for over 100 years to get themselves into a position where they could make a move to achieve global domination. We've got the warnings about the small, powerful group of people intent on total control for many years in history. And it hasn't been until relatively recently that the means for them to achieve these objectives have been in place. So many people are just really struggling to process the things that are going on. And so a lot of people want to just bury their heads in the sand and act like it's not happening. Other people just want to escape reality. They want to get further into the bottle. They want to get on a doobie. They want to just avoid it as best they can. And you can't avoid what's coming down the pipe. The people are either going to come together and do what is necessary to reset things on the people's terms, or people are going to allow themselves to be disjointed and divided to the point where this entire nation is going to be relatively easy to conquer. Think about it. People just want to do their own thing. They don't want to really unite on something that's sustainable and lasting and strong. People just want to talk about it. And I'm talking about it, but I've also reached out to so many people. And maybe I'm just too weird for some people. I tell folks that for the people that love Jesus, I'm a little too much of the world, and for people of the world, I love Jesus way too much. And I'm weird. I own my weirdness. I'm not going to try to adapt to a world standard of acceptability when God has showed me so much, and I know I got so much work to do on myself. It's a never-ending battle. And this is me doing this. I didn't really want to do this. I didn't want to have to put myself out there this way and put myself up to scrutiny. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I care so much less about how people perceive me based on these videos and the things that I do. And I'm a walking billboard. I walk around with shirts that say "Wake Up" and ideas are bulletproof. And I really aim to engage people in conversation, and it's uncomfortable at times, but it's getting more and more comfortable. I understand that there's a high ground that the truth provides. There's stability and there's peace of mind that come with knowing that you're standing on the right side of reality, and that you're and when you're processing things pretty close to the way that they are. Am I missing things? Sure. I mean, I'm in this world. We're all damaged from one degree to another. But what I know. There's things that I don't know. I'm learning every day. I'm constantly trying to find ways to be able to reach out to people, and I'm constantly mindful of the fact that my heart is inclined towards being scornful towards the la landers, and I'm asking God to provide me with perspective to realize just how deceived these people are. How it's like Jesus on the cross. He said, "Forgive them, Father. They don't know what they do." These la landers, they don't get it. They're that far gone off into la land, and it's a serious situation that so many people have allowed themselves to stay in la land, even in the midst of everything that we are dealing with. And if you want to look around and at evidence of things not really adding up, how come we've been overseas nation building in Afghanistan for 20 years and in Iraq, and we've got military bases all over the world, but the cartels are just dominating Mexico? How come we're not working in greater conjunction with Mexico? Man, look at all that fertile land where we could be rocking and rolling and really producing the things that need to be produced for folks to have strong immune systems year round, and working together with those people and not having to have mass greenhouses to produce a lot of fruits and vegetables and things like that. It would be so simple to have a pipeline into Mexico to be able to shut down the cartels. Why ain't our military working to shut down the cartels? It makes me think back to that movie Kill the Messenger with I think it was Jeremy Metzger or whatever. It's about the real life story of Gary Webb, who uncovered that our own government was working to arm Nicaraguan rebels in exchange. Hard drugs were brought into U.S. cities Our own CIA essentially started the LA crack epidemic. That was just a test case. They've since let that happen all over the United States and all the major cities. They've disrupted the harmony in the home. They've disrupted family dynamics. They've created an environment where young people are seeking acceptance, and they end up joining gangs, and it's all the same network of people that have built this up, and they've got their minions that do their bidding for them. I mean, that's how they got mercenaries at will, because those are the drug lords. And you don't want to play ball with the big boy structure of the system, then you can just go to jail for the rest of your life. And you want to talk, we'll just make sure that you wind up getting suicided. And they've got it on so many levels. And then another thing, how come these people want to talk about trust the science, this, that, and whatever? Well, if you're really trusting the science, the virologists in the labs, they are wearing basically spacesuits. How come our medical professionals don't have something that's more protective than these face diapers? You got to be a pretty gullible person to believe that that's going to actually stop an aerosolized virus. You've got doctors out there, just put on your mask. Well, you know what? If you're trusting the science that tells you that mask is going to stop an aerosolized virus, I don't trust your expertise in your own field. You start looking up, there's just, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna talk about how all these. Well, I'll just make mention of how a lot of natural medicine and holistic doctors and people with the perception to combat some of the things that we're dealing with, they've wound up not existing anymore. They're gone under mysterious circumstances in a lot of different situations. You just look up Steve Quayle. It's Quayle, and there's a little link on there about dead scientist. And it is a crazy situation that we have. You don't hear a whole lot of discussion about building your immune system to be strong, and discussion and debate. How come we hadn't crossed that threshold? How come you don't have that right there should speak to people? The fact that the medical establishment is in conjunction with the media establishment, in conjunction with the tech platforms and the government, and they are shutting down dissent. They are censoring dissent. How come there's not a legitimate open forum debate where we've got doctors like Richard Fleming and Robert Malone and Sherry Tenpenny and Judy Mikovits and so many others, Dr. Peter McCullough, in a panel discussion with them and Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates and I can't even think of the Walensky, I guess, that's from the head of the CDC. How come we don't have primetime television? Let's have a discussion. Why isn't that a thing? Why hasn't it been primetime television? Let's have a debate about origins and morality. Let's have a head-to-head debate on a grand scale between creation science and evolutionary theory. Okay, let's look at that. But they don't want to have those conversations, and that should be a red flag to people to say, why are we not having those discussions? Why is one side, the side that has accumulated resources, assets, and capital, okay, the powerful side, why is it that the powerful side, they don't even want to let the less powerful side speak? And when you achieve your status and your wealth and you build your empire with a whole bunch of lies, and you do people wrong and you know you've done people wrong, you don't want that exposed. So you use your power to shut other people down. That should be a red flag to every single person out there. There's so many red flags, but you ain't gonna see them if you're living in La La Land, in the bliss of ignorance. La La Land ain't real. Storm is coming. People been talking about it for a while. It's built. It's there. What you gonna do? God bless.